Dearest listeners,
Book babes and book bros.
welcome to Book Babble. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tanya, and we're the Wit.Lit.Women, your hosts for the day.
and today we have Kristen in our hot seat for the 5-minute AMA questions. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Kristen Cole, author of the STEM-based rom-com, The Scientist, mom, wife, nurse, Swiftie, romance novel enthusiast, all your basic bitch stuff. It's me.
I love it.
I think that's my favorite intro yet.
You're
Well,
wrong.
we're so happy to have you on. Are
Thank y'all
you
so
ready
much.
to babble?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Heck yeah. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock.
All right. So the first question I almost always ask is, what inspired you to write this story?
Yeah, so if you've ever seen The Big Bang Theory, Gilmore Girls, you know where it comes from. I was watching an episode of The Big Bang Theory, went to bed one night thinking about it, and it was mostly like a Penny, but maybe she's not as like ditzy, and maybe just Leonard, but he's a little more accomplished and sophisticated. So putting those two together is where it came from.
I
That's perfect.
love that. That's the
That was
perfect
Yeah, and then
explanation,
I mean,
description.
yeah, and then the mom relationship is Gilmore Girls. I love Gilmore Girls. I don't know, dear listener, if you watch it, but that's my jam totally.
There's a rewatch every year. Like you can't
Yeah.
just not.
I
The
see the
fall comes
connections there.
around,
Yeah.
fall comes around, and you're like, singing the "If You're Out."
Yes. Yeah, you got your coffee in your hand, ready to go. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to touch on your reader feedback. What kind
Okay.
of reader feedback have you gotten from your books?
Yeah, so I got a lot of good feedback specifically from you guys about how there's a good balance of like the humor, but also like the touching moments where you touch on like addiction and cancer and stuff like that. Those were I loved hearing that because I don't think anybody has met by now, you know, somebody who's struggled with one or the two. So it's so
Yeah.
relatable. It was personal to me. So I think like the high moments are good with the lows as well. They make it more meaningful when you get into the high moments to get into like addiction and cancer and stuff like that. Those are hard topics.
Oh, yeah.
When you did a lot of complex topics, but you did it like I can't even explain how perfect that was executed. Uh, but between cancer and addiction and just giant moves and big pieces of life
Yeah.
happening, what kind of research did you have to do to make this so realistic?
Yeah, as in my super cool intro, I told you guys I am a nurse, so I have like a little bit of a science base, but it wasn't enough to really get me through like the neuroscience stuff. But I love neuroscience. I love listening to neuroscientists. Like I don't know if y'all have heard of like Sam Harris or different guys like that. I love listening to, and I wrote a little bit about what they talk about, which is like you're at the mercy of your brain. Like you think of you and your brain as one, but truly you're at the mercy of like how well you're functioning on any given day and like how you're treating your body. So I like listening to that stuff, and I jotted down notes and I did some research. The hard part was the music. I have no musical talent. I have no background, nothing. So I had to start from scratch. Just your basic Googling to find out a little bit more about what somebody at Stanford would even teach a music composition class. So that's where I went from that to get a little bit of information.
I thought you
That's
were an expert in
impressive.
music.
You
That's
thought what?
amazing. I thought you were an expert in music. That's how good
Oh,
that was. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
good.
Excellent.
Pulled it off. Oh,
So impressive. Yeah. Like you wouldn't know. No one would know.
no,
Who's
no, I
gonna
have
know?
no background.
So you touched on being a nurse and you're an author. How do you find that balance to do both?
I don't. And it took me like 2 years to do because I don't have time. Like I have two small children and like they're 3 and 4 years old. So there's no like mom, I'm hungry. And then I'm like, oh wait, but they just said they love each other. Can you like pause for a minute? Like there's none of that. Like I took me a long time. I take my time with it. And when I can, at nap time or in the morning or in the evenings, whenever you can, and I try and make it work. But do great at any of it, mediocre all the way through.
Love an honest queen.
Yeah.
That's so relatable. I also have a 4-year-old and very similar. Uh, what do you think is your most valuable experience from this whole process?
Oh, I appreciate meeting people like you guys. Like connecting through art been an incredible experience. I may have formed some really cool friendships and like met a lot of cool people. Like you guys are in Kentucky, I'm in South Louisiana. Like this is what it is, bringing people together and just having conversations about things that we love and different topics. It's been the most meaningful to me. Is meeting everyone through it.
Yes, I agree. We're just gonna blow out the last 17 seconds. There's no way to get another question in. Um, but
Babble.
yeah, but like I agree. I have met some of my best friends in the world, and one
Yes,
might live in Ohio, but another one is in like Washington or
right.
Utah. Like it's just such an amazing community.
It is
Well, and it's
the most
funny.
amazing people.
Absolutely. And I have friends like where I've met them through the book talk community and they live in like Australia or Europe. And shout out to you guys that you know who I'm talking about right now. But we were just
Uh-huh.
chatting about you specifically. Somebody had done a review of your books in one of my book groups that I'm in. And we were off so when I first read your book, I had done
Hope
a
it's
review and
good.
had people see it. And so a bunch of my friends were reading it. And then somebody new wrote a review and we're like, oh my gosh, this is great. What did you think? And we're just
Yeah.
like, we're hyping it up. And I'm like, guys, I get to talk to her this weekend. And they're like,
Oh,
yes.
that is
So
so sweet. Oh my God, that
yeah,
makes me feel so good.
you're touching all over the world, literally. So
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, yeah. That's so cool. It really is cool. Like Amazon showed you like where downloads are from and stuff. And so you have like Japan and Germany, and you're like, what do you guys know about the sciences? What y'all doing over there?
Okay,
I
well,
love
Kristen,
that.
you did make it through the 5 minutes, so I just wanted to point that out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You did such a great job. We're gonna
Thank
put
you.
the 5 minutes on our social channels, but we'll put the full interview on YouTube and Spotify. So we're just gonna keep chatting.
Let's
And
babble, ladies.
babbling. Yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone who is looking to become an indie author?
Yeah, I think the thing that helped me the most is like community and figuring out like the people who are interested in reading this type of genre, like the passion you guys all bring to it, it helped keep me going. Like I had like really great beta readers and that's what kept me going for sure because there's so many times you could just quit and be like, I have to do this. I have another full-time job. I have a lot
Yeah.
going on. So it's good to have people who are equally as passionate about it. And I have a really close friend. I named her in the book, Sarah Samaha, and she really, I mean, number one beta reader. She told me she kept me going through the process. So I think that's the best thing. But specifically, like indie authors, like not going through a publisher, like big publisher and all that stuff, you don't need to. Like I don't feel like there's a ton of benefits to doing it. Like just do it yourself, meet tons of people and let the community spread the word about your book. You don't need a big publisher to get the word out. And from what I heard, they expect you to do it anyway. So you might as well keep all your cheesh.
Yes. I mean that's it. That's very true because the like social media is such an amazing platform for marketing, and if
Yes.
you get into the right circles on there, which indie authors always do, it
Yeah.
has its own community. You're
But it's
going
people like
to
you guys.
yeah.
You guys are it. You guys are supporting all the indie authors. You don't have to. You could easily say, like, obviously, there's no legitimacy to their work because it's indie, but you don't. Y'all all take chances on us, and it's just amazing to be a part of. I really love everybody I have met has been so supportive. I haven't met a single person who's been like, this sucks. I'm not, no.
Yeah. No, I mean, I really feel like indie authors deserve that chance. They have
Yeah.
just as loud of voices as a traditionally published author, and
Yeah.
their stories are just as amazing, if not better, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
You're not going through a filter of like what's popular now or like what tropes are you going to hit. Like you can do what you want and take your time with it. And
yeah.
that's the biggest blessing about all of it, you know?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And you had mentioned it's like it's a fabulous thing to share your art with like-minded people. It really is. Like I've gotten to create, social media graphics, do character art. I've opened my own PR company with my friend Kim. Like there
That's so
are so
amazing.
many people out there who ha share those same passions
Yeah.
within this
You
indie
wouldn't know
author
about.
community. It's amazing.
Right. You wouldn't know about it. Yeah. I'm like, not, I'm at like nursing at work and nobody's like talking about the book community.
No, no, but they should.
Yeah.
I talk about it everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sure I'm like annoying to people, but yeah.
I seriously, I even like got to start a book club at work. Like I got
Did
to
you?
get people included or like interested in reading because that's all I
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. And do they all like romantasy as well? That's what you got them into?
So no, our first one was we read Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale.
Oh,
It
okay.
ripped people apart.
Yeah.
And then we
Naturally. She
actually
does that.
just chose, shout out to Heidi Adams, we just chose her book Rose Moon for our
Okay.
second read for this month.
Okay.
And yeah, I typically am the one that throws a list of like options together for everyone. So I'm plugging in those indie
Yeah.
authors every
But
time.
how are you coming up with it? Are you mostly like seeking out indie authors or are you guys looking for like just what's interesting at the time? Like how are y'all choosing?
So I'll do a poll first where I ask them like what genre they want to read this month.
Uh-huh.
And then I will do a mix of like a couple of the popular popular books in that
Okay.
series or that genre for the month. But then I'll also go through and look at like the most recent indie published books
Okay.
and throw a couple in there too.
Yeah, that's amazing that y'all are giving people that chance for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'm just like in your DMs bugging everybody, like, hey, I want to give this a try.
Yeah, I
Okay, well,
mean, you
that's
know,
my favorite DM I ever got because I love The
Aw.
Scientist. And like, I'm just gonna plug it for Tanya when they want like a rom-com or contemporary romance. That's the one to plug for sure.
rom-com was our second
Yes.
option. Like that one came in second this time. And I have a feeling it's going to come in first for genre next month. Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
so I will definitely be adding yours, Kristen.
Well, and the
You
thing is,
have
like,
to.
I
At
felt like
this
it
point,
was
we know each other.
Yes.
well, and there's so much humor in that, but there's so much serious emotion too. It's like it is just a roller coaster that is so well executed. And I feel like
Thank
I've said
you.
executed 600 times now. So it's really weird that I'm using that word a lot today.
It's
But
a great word, Rachel. You're
it
fine.
is,
It's a
it's
great word,
great.
yeah.
No one's executed, I promise.
Are we
But
talking about rom-coms or dark romances here?
I
Like,
don't know. Yeah, I'm not
what,
sure
Yeah.
anymore. I'm
what are we
not sure where I
doing?
went. Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to bring up, Kristen, we were having a little bit of a cool conversation earlier, but what is your favorite thing to read? Your favorite genre?
Romantasy. Yes,
Yeah.
me and you were talking about it. Romantasy is my favorite. And we touched on
Yes.
Agatar, but from Blood and Ash, like had me like at stoplights, like what's gonna happen next? I love From Blood and Ash. That is my jam. I love romantasy. I have not I wanna one day try, give it an attempt at writing it, but I'm sticking to the rom-com genre for now.
It's always a good thing to expand.
Yeah.
So if you would like to execute that one day,
Well,
we would
This
be
word.
very supportive.
I have like all of the From Blood and Ash books. Like you can't really see because I'm blurred, but they're like over
Uh-huh.
here. And
Okay.
I haven't read any of them because I'm so afraid I'm going to start and not want to stop. And so
I mean, it's a legitimate fear, and you're right. You will not want to stop. It is incredible. I love those books. That's my favorite romantasy book of all time.
I'm
well,
currently having that issue with, I'm reading like the entire Zodiac Academy world. So
Okay.
there's Zodiac Academy, there's the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac, there's um oh, what's the last one? Darkmoor Penitentiary. They're like three different series, over 20 books, and I just like
Yeah.
went to read all of them.
How
Um,
do you find, I want to know how you find Zodiac Academy because from what I'm like, I'm so hesitant to jump into it because people talk about it's just a bunch of bullying, and I'm like, am I gonna like it?
so I was a little hesitant too because I thought it was definitely going to be like that, and it's not bad.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, it's your typical, so they're like young adults, 18, 19, 20, new kids at a new magic school. So there's like a little bit of bullying because they're the new girls and
Okay.
they're really powerful. But the overall storyline, I feel like takes the front seat and the bullying isn't quite that bad.
Okay.
I've actually really grown to love the series. The once you get past book one, like you really cannot stop reading it. And
Okay.
then I'm following a different reading order, and you kind of mix all three of the series together. So I stopped in you read like books 1 through 3 of Zodiac Academy, and then you jump into the Ruthless Boys, and I devoured those. Like,
Okay.
oh, they're so good.
I'm gonna jump in then. I'm
Yeah.
gonna execute this whole Zodiac Academy. I'm gonna do it. I'm in. You convinced me.
I love
The word of the day.
it
Yes.
is. But yeah, I always give everyone a warning. Like, there are typos, there are like grammatical issues, but it is so
Don't bother me at all.
irritating. Like, and it's
Okay.
not glaring. Like, sometimes there's a comma in the wrong spot or not one at all.
Yeah.
Um,
Couldn't care
Something
less.
like that. Like, it's so entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in then because it's very like it's a popular series, everybody
Yeah.
like hypes it up. But then when I'll go into reviews and they're like, oh, it's a lot of bullying, it makes me hesitant, like if it's, worth the read. But you convinced me.
Yeah. I haven't finished it all. I'm on book 4 of Zodiac because I've read like 1 through 3 and then 1 through 5 of Darkmoor, not Darkmoor, Ruthless Boys, but I
Okay.
love it so far.
All right, I'm doing it.
And then
We are coming to the end of our time together though. So I wanted to see if there was anything you wanted to say or anything that you needed to get off, off into the atmosphere or anything like that. I don't know.
any big announcements?
I am working on a second book right now. Yes, I would love to everybody just keep your little eyes and ears out for it. It's untitled right now, but it's another this is attract, force proximity, like same tropes of that I did with the scientist. It's not scientist related, but I think everybody will love it just as much, just as funny.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Yes, I can't wait for this one.
Yes, thank y'all.
Well, thank you, Kristen, for joining us. We have had such a good time. You brought the energy. It was
Yes, thank
amazing.
y'all.
You
I was
executed
getting
perfectly.
I was getting lit with the Wit.Lit women.
Yes, more
I
of that.
love that. That's amazing. All right. Well, Kristen, I hope that we can have you on again soon. And yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Anytime. All right. Thank y'all
It was
so
so
much.
fun. Have a good
Thanks.
day.
Bye.
Thank y'all.